Hi there, and welcome to this final week of Ready, Steady, Read. Now, as you'll know, I've been giving you activities and resources all the way through August for you to try out, for you to play with your little ones at home. And I really hope you've enjoyed them. It's been great to hear all your feedback and how much your kids have enjoyed all of these activities as well. It's been absolutely wonderful hearing from you and getting all your messages. So thank you so much if you've done that already. If you are enjoying this and you want to keep going with it, fantastic. I have created all of September's content already, and it's going to be in my brand new membership, which is Ready, Steady, Read. Each week, you will get 3 brand new activities to play with your little one at home, along with additional resources, bonus activities, flashcards, extra support, all of the extra stuff that you might want and need to keep supporting your child at home. If you would like to join, fantastic. All you need to do is go to jenteachersreading.co.uk/RSR for Ready Steady Read, and you can find out all of the extra information, all of the bonus activities, all the bonus stuff that you get inside that will be included for a £5 a month at the moment. It will be going up to £7 a month in September. So if you want to get in early, please do. But hopefully, you have found all of these activities useful, and hopefully you are ready for another bunch of activities happening this week. So without further ado, let's get started on today's activity, which is called Sound and Seek. Now, this is one of my favourite activities. It takes a little bit more setup than some of the others we've done, but once you've done it, you can play it again and again. And it's very much one that you can build on over time. So what we want to be doing with this is recording a video of a sound that you can hear in your household. So I have done a video on this, which I'll play at the end of this section. But you can hear I've got a tap running, I've got a hairdryer running, and then I've got a xylophone. And what I've done is recorded that on my phone and then not shown the child the video, but got them to listen to it. So they then, out of context, have to listen to the sound, work out what it is, where it's coming from, and go and replicate that sound. So this is the next step on from our listening activities we've done before, because they don't have the context clues to support them. They're just having to use their memory, their understanding of the world, their understanding of their own home to encourage them to do this. So it is a step higher, it's a step harder for our kids to do, but it is tuning their ears into the world around them, which will help them with doing those big sounds so that we can start to hear those smaller and smaller units of sounds when we start looking at phonemes, which are the sounds within words. So this does help massively with blending and segmenting for reading and writing. There are a few things that we can do to support this as well. We can encourage them to think about, oh, where might you have heard that sound before? You might be able to give them extra support, like, oh, this sound comes from the kitchen, if they're finding it particularly tricky. Or it might be something like, this sound happens when someone comes to the door. What is the sound? Oh, it's the doorbell ringing. So you can do it like that. As I say, you can build this over time. So it might be that on day 1, you do a tap running, but then next week you go, oh, actually, I can record someone coming to the door. So I'll record the doorbell, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't have to be all in one go. It's one that you can absolutely continue to build up. But I hope you find this useful. I would love to know what sounds you record. Please do pop them in the comments or send me a message because I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a great week. Hi there, happy Wednesday, and welcome back to another activity for us to do today. So today's activity focuses on first day creations. Now, we know that school is starting up for most of our little ones. For many of our little ones, they won't have ever been to school or nursery before. For a lot of them, even that transition from nursery to school is a great big step, even if they are in the same building that they were before. So it can be quite nerve-wracking, both for our kids and for ourselves as well. And this is a great activity to encourage our kids to talk about that first day and for us to glean any sort of misgivings they might have, and also be able to talk positively about it to support them with their emotions through this as well. So what we want for this is some Play-Doh. If you don't have Play-Doh, you can use a pencil and pens. Paper and pens is what I meant to say. But you are encouraging your child to think about, next week, we're going to be starting school, you're going to be going to a new classroom. What do you think you're going to play with when you go to the new classroom? I would highly recommend that you get some Play-Doh and some pens and that you draw alongside or you play alongside your little one as well. So you might want to say, I would love to play on that great big climbing frame that they've got outside. Or, oh, I'm really excited to find out what you're going to learn in maths. I wonder if you're going to use pom-poms or bricks to do adding and things like that. So you can start to talk positively about the things they're going to be learning and encourage them to look forward to these new experiences as well. So you can encourage them to then make something to show. This can be a really, really helpful starting point to talk through any worries that they might have, or just to find out what they're excited about that you can then continue to support them with as they start school. Not only does this physically help your child with their fine motor skills, which are the muscles in your fingers and hands, but it's also helping them to build communication and emotional skills as well. So that's today's activity. Activity, which is a comprehension activity. Now, we've not actually done comprehension before. For those of you who aren't sure what comprehension is, that's completely fine. It's understanding what our children have read. So when we read, that's great, but the most important part of reading is understanding. I'm sure we've all had that moment where we've read a book or read a paragraph and we've gone, I don't remember a single thing I've just read. I haven't understood any of it. It's just gone in one ear and out the other. That happens a lot for our kids when they first start learning to read, because it's really, really hard to learn to read. So it's very hard to find the sounds, to blend the sounds, to make the words. And a lot of the times kids do that and then immediately forget it because they're on to the next section, they're working on the next part. So what we want to do from a very early stage, so this stage before they've started learning sounds, before they've started reading words, is encouraging their comprehension, building those memory skills, those comprehension skills, so that as they start reading words, they find it easier to understand what they've read. Because realistically, if we are reading without understanding, there is no point. We've just put a huge amount of effort into something to get nothing back. And that's how you get demotivated. That's how kids decide they don't want to read or they hate reading, because they're not getting anything out of it. So today's activity might seem really, really simple, and it is, but it will help our kids start themselves on that journey of comprehension and understanding. And today's activity is called Act It Out. And it is about acting. What we want to do, and you can do this with any story, whether it's a phonics book, whether it's a bedtime story, whether it's a chapter book, when you have finished reading the section, it can be a page, it can be a chapter, it can be the whole book, encourage your child to act out what has just happened. Get them to tell you what the story was about, get them to act as one of the characters. They can choose their favourite character if they'd like to, if there's more than one. But the idea is that you're encouraging them to think back through the story, memorise it, and then act it out again. So they are listening to the story for a different purpose. They're not just listening and then that's it and off they go. They are taking it in, memorising it, building their memory skills. And it might be to begin with that your child is only able to do a page at a time. That is absolutely fine. As we keep playing this doing this game, doing this game, you will find that your child's memory builds and grows over time. You can also ask a few questions to support, like what happened first, what happened next, what happened after, which character would you most like to be, why, what do you think they're going to do next? This is particularly useful if you've paused halfway through a story. What do you think they're going to do next to get out of the situation they're in? But all of this will help to build your child's comprehension, to build their understanding, to build their memory, which will help not just with reading, but with all areas of their education as well. So I hope you find that useful. As I said, this was our last activity for the whole of August. If you would like to find out even more, get even more activities, get loads more support, and follow along with your child as they start school, and get loads of activities to help them, check out Ready Steady Read, which is jenteachersreading.co.uk/RSR, or the link in the description. And I hope to see you inside very soon.